My mother-in-law secretly sabotaged my birth control and destroyed my career because she wanted grandkids, but now her plan has backfired in the most spectacular way and she is miserable. I, 29F, am still in shock over what I've discovered about my mother-in-law, 58F, and how she systematically tried to destroy my life over the past 2 years. I need advice on how to handle this because every time I think about it, I feel sick to my stomach. I met my husband Mark, 31M, 6 years ago at a tech startup where we both worked as software engineers. I still remember the day perfectly. I was debugging a nasty piece of code when he came over to help, making terrible programming puns that somehow made the whole frustrating process bearable. We clicked immediately, same dark humor, same drive, same goals. Within 6 months, we were inseparable. Our colleagues used to joke that we were the only couple they knew who spent their date nights coding together and actually enjoyed it. We had a clear plan for our lives: build our careers first, travel the world, and maybe think about kids in our mid-30s. We even had a shared spreadsheet. Yes, we're that nerdy, mapping out our 5-year goals, promotions we wanted to achieve, countries we wanted to visit, the kind of life we wanted to build together. Kids were on there, but purposefully scheduled for later, after we'd established ourselves and had adventures together. His mother Janet seemed supportive at first. At our wedding, she gave a touching speech about how proud she was to have such an ambitious daughter-in-law and how she looked forward to watching us achieve our dreams together. She even defended us to other family members who made comments about us waiting to have kids. "They're building a strong foundation first," she'd say. "That's the smart way to do it." I actually felt lucky to have such an understanding mother-in-law. God, I was naive. That support was all an act. For the past 2 years, she's been secretly trying to force us into parenthood against our will, and the lengths she went to are absolutely terrifying. It started small. She'd send articles about fertility declining after 30, make comments about how fulfilling being a mother is, remind me that Mark's cousins all had kids already. I brushed it off as typical mother-in-law behavior. Then she started buying baby clothes and leaving them at our house, saying they were such good deals she couldn't pass them up. Again, annoying but seemingly harmless. But last month, I discovered something that made my blood run cold. I was having weird symptoms, nausea, dizziness, mood swings, and couldn't figure out why. I'd been on the same birth control for years with no issues. Then one day, I caught Janet in our bathroom when she thought I was at work. She had a spare key for emergencies. She was replacing my birth control pills with fakes. I confronted her immediately and she broke down crying, admitting she'd been tampering with my medication for months. She'd found someone online who could make pills that looked identical to my birth control but contained only sugar. She'd been switching them out every chance she got, hoping I'd get pregnant by accident. But that wasn't even the worst part. When I started digging deeper, I discovered she'd been sabotaging my career too. Remember that tech startup where Mark and I worked? Last year, I was up for a huge promotion to lead developer. It would have meant managing a team of 15 people and a significant salary increase. Mysteriously, just before the final decision, rumors started circulating that I was already pregnant and planning to leave the company. I lost the promotion to my colleague James, who had less experience but was seen as a safer choice since he wouldn't be taking maternity leave. The day they announced it, I had to sit through a team meeting where they praised his long-term commitment to the company, all while people shot knowing looks my way. I went to the bathroom and cried for an hour. Mark found me there and held me while I sobbed about how unfair it was. I had worked so hard, put in countless extra hours, led successful projects, and it all meant nothing because of a rumor I couldn't even defend myself against. How do you prove you're not pregnant when everyone's already decided you are? I couldn't understand where the rumors came from. I had been so careful about keeping our family planning private. The only people who knew about our timeline were our closest friends and family. I even started doubting myself, wondering if I had said something in a meeting that got misconstrued, or if my clothes had looked different one day. The paranoia was eating me alive. Now I know, Janet had been emailing HR and other employees from fake accounts, spreading lies about my pregnancy and posting on industry forums about how I was secretly interviewing elsewhere. The stress from losing that promotion and dealing with the workplace rumors eventually became unbearable. Every morning, I'd feel sick to my stomach walking into the office, knowing I'd face another day of whispered conversations that stopped when I entered the room. The final straw came during a project meeting where James, my new boss, casually mentioned planning around team changes in the coming months while staring directly at my stomach. I quit that afternoon. The resignation process was humiliating. HR tried to be subtle, but I could tell they were watching for signs of pregnancy during my exit interview. They kept emphasizing their generous maternity leave policy and how I could always return after taking care of personal matters. I wanted to scream that I wasn't pregnant, that they had all ruined my career over a lie, but what was the point? The damage was done. I started freelancing from home, which Janet celebrated as perfect for when the baby comes. Every step of my life falling apart was part of her plan. But here's where karma kicked in spectacularly. While gathering evidence of her actions, including screenshots of her buying the fake pills and records of the fake emails, I discovered something that blew this whole situation wide open. Janet doesn't just work as a real estate agent like she claimed, she runs a whole network of forums and social media groups dedicated to helping mothers-in-law convince their daughters-in-law to have children. She sells guides on how to tamper with birth control, create fake email accounts, and spread rumors to sabotage women's careers, all in the name of ensuring the family line continues. She's been making thousands of dollars coaching other mothers-in-law on how to manipulate and destroy their daughters-in-law's lives. There are hundreds of women in these groups, all sharing tactics and success stories about forcing women into unwanted pregnancies. The forums were organized like a twisted self-help community, with different sections for beginners and advanced techniques. They even had success story categories, career sabotage victories, fertility intervention wins, and family pressure success stories. Reading through the posts made me physically ill. These women shared intimate details about their daughters-in-law's lives, everything from menstrual cycles to career aspirations, discussing them like obstacles to be overcome. They celebrated when someone announced a surprise pregnancy, congratulating each other on their manipulation tactics. One woman bragged about making her daughter-in-law lose 3 jobs in 2 years until she finally accepted her role as a mother. The worst part was their justification. They truly believed they were doing the right thing, saving their sons from selfish career women and ensuring family legacy. Janet was considered a guru in these groups, offering premium one-on-one coaching sessions for $500 where she'd help plan individualized sabotage campaigns. She had testimonials from satisfied customers, for God's sake, as if destroying someone's autonomy was a service to be rated and reviewed.